How you doing, guys? Sorry I've been around, getting over a slight cold. One thing I've noticed, and I think we've all realized, when we put our faces out on YouTube, and I've said before, we got to take the bad with the good, we all get the negative trolls in the comment section. Some of their comments I respond to, others don't deserve an answer. But our stats are out there. It tells me when somebody disables their comment section that they've got something to hide. They can bully, but they don't like opposition. That's one thing I have no problem with. You've seen all the commenters in my comment section, the trolls, we all get them. I'm talking about you, Daro. You took my last video as a threat to your life. When, son, all I did was point out what an asshole you are and take that from one asshole to another. I've watched a few of your videos, and for the first time I actually sat through an entire video. And to be honest with you, you say the same thing every time. All you do is tell people how stupid they are. Me, I'm stuck on stupid. That's your opinion, son, and I could easily say the same thing about you. None of us take you serious because, to be honest with you, you do more damage to Watchtower than any of us could. The one thing we don't do is badger individuals. I make my comments about some of the trolls, but I don't go on about them. I don't go on about their personalities because trolls are trolls, we don't know who they are. What you do is friggin' disgusting. You, my friend, are a bully. Because for the most part, you target women. And why? Because you think they're weaker. Which tells me you're a bully. And personally, as far as that goes, I personally know women that can toss you around like a rag doll. First, you targeted Amber. And she got quite upset over it. She's over it. She realized what a tool you are. But that wasn't enough. You come back and you made not one, but 2 videos on Candace Conti, which was kind of pointless. The best I can tell, Candace Conti does not follow the XJW community on YouTube. She doesn't upload any videos. I have never seen her comment on anyone's videos. So in essence, you made a video on a girl that's never going to see them. 2 of them. Which was purely a waste of your time. But what you did try to do was discredit this girl and what happened to her to the XJW community. And in all honesty, you want to appoint yourself judge, jury, and executioner. You think you're a psychologist. Why do you think you should lie about it? Because she wasn't crying. Not all women react the same, son. You do not know this woman personally. You are not a trained psychologist. What you are is a trained butthead. You want to come out here and discredit her. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of indoctrinated JWs that are convinced she's lying, much like you are. You made the one video, then came back with evidence. You didn't prove anything. What was your comment? I proved nothing in my last video? I wasn't out to prove anything, son, but I was pointing out the facts that idiots, jerk-offs like you, make child molestation possible. You are an enabler. You are a bully. You're a piece of trash. There's a reason why you're not an elder. You're not in good standing in your congregation. You have no privileges, which basically you're in the same boat I was in 6 years ago. You're this far from being ousted. The only difference was I didn't care. I knew it was a lie. Basically, you were a nobody coming into the organization. Then you came into the organization and were welcomed with open arms. At first, until they realize what a butthead you are. Your excuse for not being an elder because it would affect your ministry. Son, your ministry has been relegated to sitting at cots. JWs don't have any more ministry, so your excuse doesn't hold water. Now, as far as you bullying Candace Conti, trying to discredit her, still you prove nothing. Your final comment is what got me. But before I go on, Daro, I want to read something to you. This is at Matthew chapter 7, verse 5. where it says, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. This is something I notice most JWs totally ignore. You can all pick somebody else's faults apart, but you totally ignore your own. Now, as far as Candace Conti's drug use, being a thief, a prostitute, accusations that really had no basis for anything you said. But okay, what was it you said? You can't trust a thief? Daro, you've mentioned this, but I'm going to bring it to the forefront. I don't think you have any idea, after you uploaded your last video, how many emails I've got. You've got a lot of people watching you. You want to throw stones. But Daro, you're throwing stones in a glass house. This is a very old article, Daro, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. Scottsdale, Arizona. City detectives say a driver accused of stealing $200,000 from an armored car spent all but $18,000 of it on cars, horses, businesses, and a girlfriend during a 2-month spree. Detectives Chris Bingham and Tony Legault spent several days in Southern California examining bank and business records in an attempt to reconstruct the trail allegedly left by Daro Weilburg of Phoenix. Weilburg and his wife Barbara, both 29, were arrested Saturday at North Phoenix Motel. Columbus Walker Jr., 22, of Phoenix, another suspect in the theft, was arrested Tuesday. When a co-worker went inside a Scottsdale restaurant to make a collection October 10th, Weilburg and their Perolator van disappeared. The van was found several hours later in Phoenix, but Weilburg, $199,000 in cash and more than $200,000 in cash checks and credit card vouchers were missing. Most of the checks and vouchers were found near Prescott 3 days later. Bingham and Legault alleged that Weilburg, using the name Robert Golden, spent the money on 2 Corvettes, gambling trips to Lake Tahoe and Las Vegas, Nevada, horse races in California, flying lessons, 4 businesses in Bakersfield, and a girlfriend in Los Angeles. Okay, Daro. What was it you said about Candace Conti? You can't trust a thief. When, in all honesty, there's no proof that she ever was a thief. If she's going through bad times, that's unfortunate. But Daro, this is already on record. And this is the real reason why you're not an elder. This is the real reason why you have no privileges in the congregation, because you're not in good standing. What you're trying to do is make brownie points. See what I can do. I can save the organization with my videos. No, in all honesty, you're doing more damage to the org, more damage than any of us ever could. But as far as your comment about Candace Conti, your last comment in your last video, can't trust a thief, Daro, after reading this, I can look at you and say you're right. You can't trust a thief. Anyways, guys, you guys have a good day. And feel free to comment below. I'll be talking to you soon.